I'm the Director of Government Relations at TIFF, and we've been thinking a lot about this question in my team. Are we a museum? We're thinking about where we want to go and what we want to achieve. I'm not here to answer the question, I'm here to kind of explore it. So I understand that when I ask the question, some people in the museum's community have this response. And that's fine. Winona Ryder was recently at the Toronto National Film Festival, and I hope she had an okay time. So I want to start with an informal poll. So raise your hand if you think TIFF could be considered a museum. Okay, and raise your hand if you're in the middle, you're not sure. Okay, and red, you think no. Interesting, I got one, okay. I'm going to pull you at the end. This is how the International Council of Museums defines a museum. It's a pretty standard definition. It's important to note it's a permanent, not-for-profit institution. The tangible and intangible thing is really interesting. And the ICOM definition also notes that this is an evolving definition, that they're open to looking again. So this is what everyone knows TIFF for. We run the largest public film festival in the world. We started in 1976. Our mission is to transform the way people see the world, and we're really proud of the impact we have in our community. In 2010, we opened a building in downtown Toronto called TIFF Landbox. It's kind of a home for film, and it transforms us from a festival into a year-round permanent institution. We show movies. We have 5 cinemas, everything from Marilyn Monroe to the films of the French masters to guest Arnold Schwarzenegger. If you love film, there's something playing for you every day. This is one way that we engage the public. We do artistic retrospectives on directors like Akira Kurosawa. We recently closed a film series on Aboriginal filmmakers from all across the globe and putting it together as one tradition. And we looked at the Hollywood Blonde and the gender politics involved in that. It might surprise you to know that we're also a collecting institution. In addition to Robert Redford, we have sexy artifacts like this latex foam sexually transmitted parasite from David Cronenberg's film Shivers, and that's on the right, just to be clear. TIFF cares for the province of Ontario's film collection, and we have our own special collections that we've been holding since the early 90s. It's all on one topic, film, with a focus on Canadian film. We have books, props, set designs, costumes, magazines, all kinds of things. If you work for an art museum, consider this. Imagine having not just the films of a filmmaker like Adam McGowan, but his personal correspondence, the unpublished plays he wrote at university, his his sketches of set designs. It's a researcher's dream, and we have these collections available. We have 2 galleries in our building, and we exhibit these collections. Since opening in 2010, we've had 3 touring shows, from MoMA, from the V&A, and we've had 3 of our own shows that are based in our own collection. Our public programming includes lectures, guided tours, workshops, film camps, and other activities to engage the public. So we move outside the cinema and gallery, although those are our primary programming spaces. We're a relatively unique institution, certainly in Canada. We have some peers around the world, like the Museum of the Moving Image in Queens, New York, although they have a much larger exhibition space and have a permanent exhibition that we actually don't have space for. We're really proud of what we are and what we do. We have 37 years of experience running a really great film festival, but we've only been open as an institution for 2 years. But that picture on the bottom shows you how far we've come in 5 years when we were just breaking ground. Hearing from you, we have a lot of similar challenges to the museums in the room. From the community museums right to larger institutions, I've heard the same thing over the past couple of days. Finding and engaging an audience, securing stable funding, balancing physical experiences and virtual experiences, and making our spaces work for us. We have a lot of work to do together to be the best museums that we can be. So I sense a lot of commonalities between TIFF and you. So why am I exploring this question? Well, it's not one that we have an answer for, but part of it is funding. I'm the Director of Government Relations, so I come at it from a funding perspective. But it's also about finding a community of peers that we can learn from, collaborate with, and teach. So I'll go back to the question, are we a museum? Have I convinced this lady over here? Okay. Did anyone go from yellow to green? Okay. It's a very difficult question to answer. Consider how museums are evolving and how TIFF can fit into that. I believe that as museums and related institutions, that we're all driven by a common mission to use our collections and programs to engage audiences in an exploration of history, heritage, arts, and culture so that they better understand the past, can make sense of the present and dream of the future. And if that's what it means to be a museum, then count it in. Thank you.